Cimoooooooo! Welcome to Tech Tuesday, a weekly series where we discuss some awesome tech cards as well as help make you a better player. This week's card is Pulling the Rug, an extremely powerful counter trap that's going to pull the win right out from under your opponent. Pulling the Rug is a counter trap card that can be activated when your opponent normal summons a monster and activates the effect of that monster in the process. You negate the effect of that summoned monster and you destroy it. Now, what makes this card a good tech card? Well, it's a new format and a newly defined meta. So let's take a look at some of the top decks and see how we can best use Pulling the Rug to our advantage. Now, it's no surprise that Necros are still a tier 1 contender, and some of the most powerful cards are really good +1 engines in Manju, the 10,000 hands, and Senju of the 1,000 hands. And with Pulling the Rug, if your opposing Necros player is going to summon one of these and activate their effect, you can go ahead and pull the rug right out from underneath them, because not only are Manju and Senju going to get negated, but they're going to be destroyed as well. So they're not going to be able to go into any Lavable chain plays whatsoever. Pulling the Rug is also useful for stopping a monster like Armageddon Knight, which some Necros players are using to get their Jin into the graveyard, or even pitch a Farfa to get out of a Jin lock. So having that Pulling the Rug to stop that Armageddon Knight could be critical. And not to mention, Pulling the Rug is a counter trap, making it spell speed 3, meaning that the Necros player, or really any player for that matter, can't chain something like Forbidden Lance to protect their monster. And that's really cool. Now let's move into Satellar Knight. Every Satellar Knight monster has an effect when it's summoned. So having the ability to use Pulling the Rug on Deneb, Altair, Vega, Unuklahai, or even Rigel, really whatever you want, you have the ability to use Pulling the Rug on that card, assuming it was normal summoned. Pulling the Rug has other good utility as well. Look at a card like Mathematician. Mathematician, not only are you going to be stopping the effect of the send from the deck to the graveyard, but you're going to be destroying the Mathematician in the process, potentially stopping your opponent from gaining a card if you destroy the Mathematician by battle. Now that's a good 2-in-1 package. Finally, we have the beloved Star Seraphs coming out later in the week. And what a better way to stop Star Seraph's Scepter than to go ahead and use Pulling the Rug, because you're going to be negating that search, and that's going to be huge, because not only is it just stopping a search, you're potentially stopping your opponent from going into 3, if not 4 monsters that turn. And that could just be a complete turn of events. Let me know down in the comments what you all think about Pulling the Rug. I think Pulling the Rug's a really amazing card all around. I mean, this card hasn't seen play since like the Monarch days, if any of you are old enough to remember that. And back then it was good, and I think it's time for a comeback. The only real downside is that you can't use it when the monster gets special summoned and has an on-summon effect. So for example, if Deneb gets Call of the Haunted and brought back from the grave, it doesn't work in that case, but having the ability to stop a normal summon for just one card is just really big right now. Thank you all so much for watching the video. We'll see you next week.